Hey, this is Andy,
I'm Matt.
and it's another episode of Twice the Mic. And today we're going to talk about, how we met, how we became great friends, and how we decided to start this show. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. It's been about 7 years ago, probably 8 years ago.
Yep.
Our daughters play softball, so it was at the Millbrook Park.
Yep.
At Millbrook Ballpark, and we went out there. We got on the same team, and Matt come to me one day, just say, "Hey, what's going on?" Just talking, and we hit it off, and the story began. Just great friends. We've done a lot of stuff together.
Yeah,
Had a lot of fun, and our girls are still on the same ball team in a way.
Mm-hmm.
One's on the older team, mine's on the younger team, and the journey keeps going. Matt, you wanna tell them your side?
Yeah, no. So we, let's say it was 2018.
Yeah,
We were doing 6U
6U.
softball. That was where it started for us. And
Yeah.
I believe y'all
Yeah.
too. We had played some t-ball, but once you get to the 6U, it gets pretty competitive at that point. But yeah, we kicked it off, man. He's just like, I don't know, like just the way you. I've never been really like an outgoing person, so
Yeah.
My buddy
And I'm
Andy,
always an outgoing
yeah,
person.
he,
I don't meet a stranger.
That's
I tell
right.
you that.
And that kind of opened me up a little bit, and it's just been one of those friendships.
Man,
It's been
I'm telling you.
ongoing. We've done a lot of softball together,
A
and
lot of eating.
a lot of eating. Yeah. We've helped keep the local Mexican restaurant in business, I'd say.
Oh yeah,
Um,
love Mexican.
We have been on family trips together, as well as softball trips,
Yep.
going out of town. So yeah, we've had some good times along the way, and
we have.
look forward to many more. So.
Yeah, us too. And as far as this venture goes, doing the videos, we just decided one day, hey, let's try it out. Because we both like talking and both like interacting with folks and just tell them a little bit about our lives and what we do, and maybe we can share things that help you out.
And just kind of give, like, because there's a lot of people that have our same thoughts and views on things, and it's a wide range of things, and me and him probably not going to agree on everything, but
but we can agree to disagree.
That's right. I feel like as everybody is, it's okay to agree to disagree on things and not be at somebody's throat over it, but
well, I think that's what's wrong with the world, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people are being combative to each other, jealous of the other one, of what they're doing and stuff like that, and I just that ain't the way to be.
No.
That ain't the way to be.
No.
So it's
but I had, like, there's things that I find interest in, and tomorrow that I may have something else come up, but I don't get real big into politics, but we do like to talk softball.
Oh yeah, we love softball.
Talking about good
hunting and NASCAR,
and
all kind of.
Yeah, but we do talk about a little bit of politics here and there.
Yeah,
but
we
it's,
do.
We don't get into it a whole lot, but
we don't get into fights over it for sure.
most definitely not. Yeah. Well, I think we kind of align. We're pretty aligned on our
lean on the same side.
Yeah, our political stuff, but we don't. I don't base my friendships off of somebody's political views.
No.
I can be friends with somebody that has the complete opposite.
Oh yeah,
to me.
No doubt.
It just goes back to the agreeing to disagree.
That's it. That's it.
You know, I'm not going to call you ugly names because, you know, you think a certain way, and I would expect the same in return. So
yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah. You know, I do. It's something else. Hey, girl.
We got some company
here. Yeah, got some company.
That may be every now and then.
It may be every now and then, you know. So,
but yeah, I mean, we could talk about maybe a little bit of our past, like maybe back in our younger days. I mean,
oh yeah, we can.
You know, talk about where we came from before we moved to this part of the world.
We can. I started off. We lived in Dothan.
Yeah.
You know, we lived in Dothan. That's where I grew up and graduated, Northview High School, and we enjoyed Dothan. Yeah. We enjoyed Dothan. I worked for a little town in Taylor, Alabama, and when the time come for another job opportunity, we come up here in 06, and we've been here ever since. I work in the water field. So that's what I do, and I've been with the state 25 years, and still enjoying it.
Yeah.
You know.
So you came from Dothan. So Dothan is known for peanuts.
Peanut capital of the world.
Yeah.
Dothan,
so you like a good peanut, maybe
I
boiled peanut.
I love a boiled peanut.
Yeah. So we're in the South here. If you don't know, boiled peanuts are. Or something. Yes, I'd say that.
Roasted, boiled, salt, anything it can be. We love it.
There's good boiled peanuts and there's bad boiled peanuts.
Correct.
Some people like crunchy boiled peanuts. I don't prefer them.
Yeah,
I
a real salty peanut.
Yeah. Some people like them real salty. Some people like them kind of in the middle and not as kind of bland, I would say. But I'm not much. I lean more towards a little bit salty, but not crazy salty. Yeah. But I like my boiled peanuts to be boiled really well. I like them kind of, some people would say mushy. But you can't. There's a good one and a bad one out there. So.
And Dothan, it was 70 miles from Panama City, around about. So I mean, that it was great to go, be able to go to the beach when able, and so I mean, we really enjoyed Dothan, and it is growing a lot.
Yeah, so
a lot of road construction down on that circle.
I actually work in Dothan, which you know this. Yeah. I work down there once or twice a week, and I'm not sure. Like I know you said it's grown a lot, but it seems like it's a pretty big city now. It is. And I don't know, like comparing back to when you lived there.
Well, basically when I lived there was probably 45,000 people there, and when I left, probably. Yeah. So it has really grown. Yeah. I don't know what the count is now, but I guarantee it's
well, I'm not sure if folks are familiar with Destin, Florida traffic, but I would compare Dothan traffic to
just in the summertime.
Yes, Lord. It's pretty packed, especially there's a lot of lights coming into Dothan, especially off 231. So it's constantly stopping and going, especially the busy part of the day. But it's a nice place down there.
It is. We really enjoyed it.
Plenty of eating places, I'd say. I mean, anywhere you turn, you've got
good steak houses.
Yeah.
So, but that's where just the gist of it about me.
So how long have you been in this area? How long have you lived up here now?
About 19 years.
Okay.
Yeah, about 19 years. So, like I said, a lot's changed down there since I left. 19 years. But,
Okay.
But
well, if you think of anything else, I'll kind of talk about where I came from. But if you think of anything else, you just pop right on in.
No, sir. Go right ahead.
I'm originally I grew up born. I say born. I was born in Pensacola, Florida, but I grew up my whole life in Destin. We lived in what we call Santa Rosa Beach. A lot of people just call it Sandestin now, or Miramar Beach. But when we lived out there, we lived down a dirt road. There wasn't but maybe 2 other people that lived on the road with us. And
wow.
Now you go out there and it's a big neighborhood. There's no woods at all. All the roads are paved. So I grew up most of my life out there. I did live in Destin. My young years, we lived there for a couple years, and then I don't know. I say about 2001, we moved over to Niceville, Florida. My parents bought a house over there, and I finished out my middle school years in going to Destin, and then I moved over to Niceville High School. That's where I graduated from. That's where I met my wife. We started dating there. We were 16, and a lot of good memories. We had Eglin Air Force Base was right there. We did a lot of I don't know if a lot of people know, but dog hunting. We ran dogs, hunting deer.
Yeah. Y'all did no rabbit hunting, huh?
No rabbit hunting. I did some still hunting out there, but I really enjoyed doing the dog hunting. That was a pretty cool experience. Me and a couple of my high school buddies and one of the grandfather and his dad had some dogs, and just some buddies out there having a good time. A lot of my younger years, I was in Destin, grew up in Destin around the Destin fishing fleet down there in the harbor. Destin is known as the luckiest fishing village in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not neat.
My dad was a marine diesel mechanic growing up all my life, and he helped keep a lot of those charter boats going. Many long nights and early mornings to keep those guys keep their stuff moving along, so they could make money for their families. But did a lot of deep sea fishing. It's changed quite a bit down there now. It's not like it was. There's a lot going on down there.
A lot going
on down there. So.
And it's probably grown a lot too, built up.
It's they're out of room.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no more room down there.
Yeah.
There's even housing. People can't even find places to live.
Now they're just building inland, right?
Yeah. Everybody's moving.
Niceville.
And even Niceville's getting full. I mean, they've moved on up towards the Crestview and Mossy Head areas. They're starting to build that. And used to, that was not so much Crestview, but Mossy Head was the country. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of folks that lived up there, but no, it was a great childhood. I mean, growing up down there, it was fun. You don't living here now. I kind of miss it a little bit. Being able to kind of go fishing whenever I wanted to, but you kind of took advantage of the situation. When you were there every day, getting to do it kind of whenever you wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Now. So now when I go, I'm like what we call tourist down there. And I pay the tourist prices.
I agree, man. It's something else. We like going though.
Yeah, we've actually been on a family trip together. Went and we rented a pontoon boat.
That Crab Island. That's the place to go now.
Yeah,
we really enjoyed that. That was fun.
We did a little boat riding through there also. Stopped and did some swimming. But yeah, it's I'd say about late 2008 or early 2009. I haven't brain fart there, but we moved up here.
Yeah.
My dad decided to retire and I worked for him doing the marine diesel mechanic stuff.
Oh, you did that a little bit?
I did.
Okay.
For, I'll say, I was about 3 years I did that. I wish I would have, if I'd have paid a little bit better attention.
Well, we can all say that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
dad,
I was young and, wasn't thinking about life at the time. So, I most definitely would have paid a little bit better attention and took in a little bit more knowledge. Maybe could have took the business over and kept it going, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And my dad decided to retire and move back to Alabama because he was originally from Alabama.
Oh, so he moved back here.
Yeah, so he was originally from up here. He lived in East Alabama, Chambers County, around Valley, Lynette area. And he moved back up here to the Elmore County area. And I don't know, about a year later he passed away, and I kind of started my roots, My wife was pregnant with our first child, with our son, and got a job at a place called Thermo King in Montgomery. And I was making money and paying bills, had a place to live, and like I said, kind of had my roots planted here and been here ever since.
Man, I'm telling you. It's been good though.
Yeah,
been good.
Sure has.
I guess I just hit the highlights of my part, but you definitely went in.
Yeah, I went in a little in depth.
On, but no, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. I am married. That's where I met my wife down there in Dothan, and we have 2 kids. So it's life is good.
Yep,
life is good.
Yeah, we I say like currently we're wide open. I mean, both of us. We have our kids are in extracurricular school activities and
all kind of stuff.
Just it's every night, just about we have something going on. Between work and just life. I mean, everybody has life. It. I know that's one thing. Parents and families juggling.
That's it.
Gotta make it all work. So.
Oh yeah, we got to make it all work.
Yeah. Yep.
And y'all do the church life too.
Yep. We go to Casada Baptist Church in Casada. I am a Christian and I'm a religious person. I do not go to church all the time.
Yeah. That's me. Which we should, but we don't. We should. I know that's just how it is.
Yeah. But I will say, since you brought up church, I have been really big into like biblical archaeology here lately, and YouTube, which is where we're putting our videos. But
there you go.
That's I watch all kinds of stuff on there. I have found a lot of interesting stuff. So we won't get into that a lot today, but we do.
Yeah,
that's something we had talked about. There's some really interesting.
And you said you're watching The Chosen, right? I mean that.
Yeah.
Because I've started watching that also, and I find that really interesting. I mean, I get into that. I like to put myself in that spot, with them on TV, and that's just it's something else.
I started watching that. We go back to talking about everything we have going on in our lives. Recently, I haven't had a lot of time to watch TV.
No, but when I'm saying though, when I get a chance, I kind of binge watch. I'm sitting there and I'll watch, episode after episode, and I'll just try to catch up when I can, and I have that time.
And I'll say, when it comes to like a series of like a show where it has multiple episodes, if the first couple episodes don't catch me, like my interest, I'm
done.
Yeah, and I can say about Chosen, that I caught on to that. It's been really very, which if you've read the Bible, which I haven't read the whole Bible, I've started reading the Bible numerous times and made it to certain points in the Bible, and But if you've read the Bible and you watch Chosen, it all falls in line.
Oh yeah, so. Yeah, it does. And they're on season 5 now, so that's where I left off with 4.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for 5 to come out so I can watch it.
Yeah, so that's where. So one thing about me is like I seem to find these shows like on Netflix and Prime Video or what, where it's been out for a few years. So I've got quite a few seasons I can watch before I don't have to wait on the next.
Oh yeah.
So like I hate having to wait.
I do too. I mean, I watched them before and had to wait a year.
Yeah. So
it's crazy.
Talking about watching stuff, I had just realized that they had came out with a new Mission Impossible.
I seen that. That's the last one.
Well, that one's not out yet.
Oh, that's not out.
It may be out, but it's not.
Okay.
It's not on Prime yet.
Right.
But the last one that came out before this newest one was like 2023, I believe. And I just realized it had came out last night, and I watched it. But it was, like you said, a part 1.
Oh yeah.
So then I am with I watched the part 1, and I'm like, well, hold up, where's part 2?
Yeah.
And it's not out on Prime yet. I didn't do a lot of looking in.
Yeah.
It may have been in the movie theaters already. I'm not sure, but I did get that one. Like, I've got to wait now. I got to wait for part 2 to come. So.
Well, I know we had ball practice, and I traveled part of the morning, pretty good ways. But did you get to watch any of NASCAR?
I didn't, but right before I came over here, I seen that my boy Kyle Larson won, and I love Bristol. That's where they race this weekend. I love short track racing.
The bumper to bumper, the tempers.
Yep.
You know how it is.
I love short track racing. We have a local track here in Montgomery, a short track, asphalt track, and any chance I can get, which I don't have a lot of chances, I try and go out there and watch a race.
The few times I've been, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it out there. I just, I don't have the schedules. I don't know when they are.
Yeah,
so I just, whenever you mention it, I'll just hit you up. It's something.
But yeah, I like Bristol is probably my favorite NASCAR track to watch. I like watching super speedways. We've got Talladega coming up towards the end of this month.
Have they already had Atlanta?
Yeah, they raced Atlanta. I think they'll race there again before the year's up. Yeah. They've raced Atlanta. I like watching Daytona. That's like the kind of the iconic race to watch. But no, I seen Kyle Larson pull it out.
Okay.
He's a heck of a driver, man. I like Kyle.
Well, I like Kyle Busch, so it's
he has. Kyle Busch has kind of been on. He's had it rough here this past couple of years. Ever since he moved to Richard Childers. He's kind of.
I think he's gonna come back though.
I mean, he's been staying.
But he's been busy with his son too, because they do a lot of.
Brexton, I believe is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Brexton.
Something like that.
He does a lot of that. I believe it was called midget.
Is
racing.
it midget? Okay.
It's
Can
like,
we say that midget wrestling? Yeah. I mean, not wrestling, but racing.
Racing, yeah. It's like
hey.
No midget wrestling.
No midget wrestling. Okay.
But I believe they call that midget racing. It's like little.
Does it got the fins?
Some of them do, kind of like a sprint car.
Mm-hmm.
They're similar to a sprint car, but I believe they are non-winged, is what they call
them. Oh, okay.
So they have winged and non-winged. I think some of his are winged with the wings on top, and some of them are not. But yes, his son is big into that.
Okay.
And Kyle used to have his own truck.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't have it no more,
but he used to.
He used to have his own truck team for NASCAR, but he's
done away with that.
I'm not exactly sure how long. I'm not a Kyle Busch fan, so I don't know a lot about him. But yeah, I'll tell you another one I like is I'm a Chase Elliott fan too.
Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
Because of his daddy Bill. Awesome Bill from Dawson.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean,
some old school racing there now.
Yep, the old school guys. You know, he holds the record, I believe.
Chase?
No, Bill.
Oh, Bill. Okay.
And he said it at Talladega. It's fastest. I can't remember. I want to say it was like 230 something miles an hour. But it was before. You know, now they run restrictor plates.
Yeah.
At the
They got a dial on back.
So and they do because, say you look at you can't see it, but you think the roundness of the bottom of this cup right here, if they can see it on camera.
Yeah.
They'll take a hole that size and they'll reduce it down. They'll put a plate on top of the intake and the hole will be reduced down. I believe again, I'm not 100%.
Yeah.
It kind of restricts the airflow getting through the intake. And,
oh, wow.
You know, we got some folks out there know a little bit more about it.
Yeah, comment.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
I did catch myself watching a video where they were having to swap the restrictor plates out. And they showed, they said, well, they had to put a little bit smaller a plate with a smaller hole. And they held them up side by side. And you can see one of the holes was a little bit bigger than the other one. Yeah. And they were putting a smaller hole on there. But, all right. But yeah, no, it's that time of year. I mean, they're talking, I say time of year, they've been racing for a while now. Yeah. So I think they started back mid-February, possibly. Early February.
Yeah, and I was looking at a chart and Elliott was 15th. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, he almost got into the top 10.
Yeah.
But old Denny Hamlin, he's still hanging on, ain't he?
Yeah. Well, he won. He won. I believe it was Martinsville.
Yeah.
Last weekend.
Yeah, he's still up there. Giving him a fight.
Him and his teammate. I can't think off the top of my head. Between him and Denny, they have quite a few wins. Joe Gibbs, the Joe Gibbs camp.
That's right.
They've got quite a few wins this year. So. But yeah, talking a little bit about weather. They're saying that the hot, humid weather's
coming back.
That's what they're saying.
Oh,
man. On the horizon.
On the horizon.
Yeah. So.
Well, we got some weather was it last weekend? Or?
Yes.
Yes.
Here in Millbrook.
What was it, Friday?
Thursday night.
Thursday night, yeah, that's what it was. Big wind.
Big wind. Didn't last long.
No.
But it was some, I had in my backyard, I have a pretty big tree back there. You've seen it.
Yeah.
I had a branch come out of that tree the size of a small tree.
Oh, man.
And matter of fact, I had to borrow your pole saw.
Did that work?
It did.
Okay, good. Probably had to charge it up some.
I did. Yeah. Had to charge it. I actually went, pole saw worked good for some of the limbs that I was trying to cut out of the tree. But I actually went and bought, they make a blade for a Sawzall, reciprocating saw.
Oh, okay.
It's made by Diablo, and it's meant for trimming shrubs and stuff.
Okay.
This blade pretty bad to the bone. I'm talking. We had some
pretty bad price on it.
No, it wasn't bad. It was really? About $12.
Okay.
It was a 9-inch Sawzall blade.
Yeah.
And I was cutting probably some 10-inch round limbs with it. Like butter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Yeah. And so I had a DeWalt Sawzall with a battery on there and went to town.
Well, we don't have a real chainsaw. It kind of got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
It worked though. So I spent most of my day yesterday cutting up that limb and hauling some other stuff off. So we got that taken care of. I was actually supposed to have my yard cut Friday, and the yard guy came. I said, well, I'll get you Monday. So
give me some time.
Give me some time to. And he made sure to let me know that he didn't do trees.
He don't do trees, no. And the people who do trees are expensive.
Yes.
Okay, they're proud of that.
I'm afraid to.
I don't like heights, so I let them have it.
So I've looked at this tree. It's got about 3 or 4 sections that kind of go off, and just by looking at it, I can't say for sure. But if one of them were to fall, it looks like they would fall away from the house.
Oh well, that's a blessing.
That is, yes.
That's a blessing. Well, how's it feel in here? Is it pretty cool to you?
It is.
Well,
a little bit different from last week.
Oh, my air conditioner went out and it was hot. Let me tell you. But Andy at Andy's Heating and Air, they done a great job.
My old buddy Andy. I've known Andy for a long time.
Yep, they're located in Eclectic, Alabama, and they done a great job. The staff was great. I mean, worked with us. That was great.
Pretty quick too. Right?
It was. Good turnaround.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, he started at what?
At about about 1 and was done at 6 and in and out.
Talking about a complete swap.
Complete swap, outside, inside. Mm-hmm. He had 2 crews over here right away. I mean, no mess. It was great. They took it all off. Done a great job.
Yeah, Andy he's a fine gentleman. I've known him all my life. My dad was really good friends with his dad.
He did mention that.
Yep.
He did.
And good people, good folks.
Yeah, he is.
Did some did some hunting with Andy back in my younger days. Him and his brother, but and his dad. And just good people all around. But yeah, if you're in the area and needing some work done, hit them up. Andy's Heating and Air.
Andy's Heating and Air.
Yeah, good folks.
Yeah.
Located in Eclectic,
Alabama.
Eclectic, Alabama. But yes, it is feeling a little bit better in here. I'd say
it's about 71.
Yeah,
I think. Well, these lights here, they add to it, but...
we got us some new lighting.
Studio lights, in the studio, so that was good.
Yeah. So, trying to be a little more professional.
There you go. We'll have this thing fixed for long, get it wrapped up looking like Glenn Beck in here, but... But no, it's going good.
Yeah.
So
we got, which y'all are playing. Y'all are doing travel ball now.
We're doing travel ball.
Your daughter, she's not quite school ball. Next year she'll be
1 year away.
Yeah, 1 year she'll be doing school ball.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all been doing the travel ball tournaments already. I know will be the beginning. I say the beginning. Around the beginning of May, we'll start picking ours up.
That'll be good. And hopefully y'all get to play a lot of the new 17 Springs up here in Millbrook. That'd be good too. That is a nice facility.
Which, we get to, we actually get to play there now with the school ball team.
Yep, that's correct. That's correct. But as y'all's full travel ball team, that'd be nice to enjoy too. So.
It is because, for some of y'all may know, some of you don't know, but typically, you're around our part of the world here, usually it's about an hour at least to go to a travel ball tournament. And
because we're usually headed north or south.
Yeah, most of the time it's north. Minimum an hour ride. So if you got an 8 o'clock game, coach's gonna want you there at 7.
Yeah,
an hour early, just whenever you play. But
you're hoping the interstate is not blocked up.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you right now, if you start approaching it and you see them cars sitting there going slow, you just hang your head. You might as well go get gas, sit at the breakfast place or something till that clears up.
Might as well. My brother-in-law actually came up coming through this area today. They're actually going to Olive Branch, Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
That's where my wife is originally from, and her brother owns a little bit of property up there.
Okay. Now, is that north? Is that central?
That is far north Mississippi. About as far north as you can go Mississippi because you...
do you go through Philadelphia, Mississippi?
No, you do not. I mean, you could probably go through Philadelphia to get there, but you would take.
I had to hit a casino, going through.
Yeah, no, I'd say you'd be going out of the way going that way.
Yeah.
But used to, it was, 78 that went out of Birmingham?
78. Was that no. That was, 78, but 22 corridor.
Yeah, but so used to, when me and my wife first...
You talking about going through Jasper?
Yes.
That's 78.
Used to 22 wasn't there. That's
fairly new. Yeah.
That's a fairly new interstate. So used to, it was 78. You
78.
You go through Tupelo, and Olive Branch is a stone's throw away from Memphis.
Oh, okay.
So you're right there close to the big city.
The Bass Pro Shop Pyramid.
Yeah,
there. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
You're not far from there. So, but yeah, her brother was coming up through in 65 northbound. I want to say he said down around Greenville Fort Deposit, had a wreck, and it was backed up for miles. And I want to say spring break stuff is starting to kind of wrap up.
But, thank goodness, because for us going south is a headache also. Because you got spring breakers on 231. Oh,
and if you catch it, because typically, I want to say everybody's checkout day is usually Saturday.
Yeah.
So everybody's checking out Saturday to head home.
Yeah.
And 65 North on checkout days, you might as well pack you some snacks and some drinks. And
you liable to sit there a while.
Yep.
Have your gas tank full.
Yep. Make sure you got plenty of gas. But yeah, he had to have some. He stopped by the house.
Yeah.
He had to have a little. He installed a tool body on his truck.
Oh, okay.
And he needed some welding done on it, so got him fixed up. And
who best do that?
Well, I ain't gonna say I definitely ain't the best out there, but I can make 2 pieces of metal sticks.
I heard that.
I can tell you that. I can do that. But got him fixed up, and matter of fact, not long ago, got him fixed up, and then headed on over here to get our Twice the Mic podcast.
Twice the Mic. So, that's us. That's us. So.
Yeah, so back to the travel ball. We'll get to start up on that and get to enjoy that fun. Starting hopefully first part of May.
Oh yeah.
I think school ball will be wrapped up somewhere right around there.
And when do they try out again for school ball, softball? Volleyball's in a couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah, volleyball's coming up. I want to say the school ball stuff, they'll do tryouts for that. Typically a few weeks after school starts. So they won't do tryouts until the new school year starts for the 25-26 school year.
I got you.
They'll do they'll have summer workouts. This was actually our first year of doing school ball. So we did summer. We did 3 days. They did hitting and fielding. No, they did weightlifting 2 days a week in the morning, and then they did fielding and hitting 1 day a week for a couple hours during the week too. So
yeah, it was.
Which we're used to that constant going.
Oh yeah,
and you have that with travel ball.
You do. It's constantly going.
Typically, if we're not playing that weekend, we're usually practicing probably 3 days a week. 2 days during the week, and then when it's on the weekend, we do practice. Now, if we play that Saturday, typically we practice a couple of days that week.
Yeah, we don't practice that Sunday if we play Saturday.
Correct.
So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I mean it is just all the time something.
Yep. And
and of course they play school ball during the spring. They can't play travel ball. So I mean that's out. You know. So you're just strictly doing school ball and
and it's definitely been different. It's been a little different. Which, I mean,
I say it has because my daughter is the first manager of Stanhope this year.
Yep.
So she has to go to all the games and help out with the JV and high school team, all that. So we've been involved just like Matt has with his daughter playing. Yep. So I mean, it's been something else. But
you got firsthand. So you're getting a little taste of it before anyone.
Oh
So you kind of know
the ins and outs pretty much. So
because before y'all's travel ball, y'all were there. She was at every practice. And she still comes to practice.
Yeah.
When she doesn't have her travel ball it's typically
something else.
Before the games start, they practice 5 days a week, and then when the games start, they typically play 2 to 3 games a week. And the days they're not playing, they're practicing.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
Which you definitely have to practice. That's a key. They say that's where you win your games, is that practice.
Yeah.
You got to be prepared to go into battle.
Yeah, that's it. That's where you got to be prepared. That's it.
I really enjoy it. I enjoy the competitiveness of it. I enjoy getting to watch my daughter to do it. I don't. They say something.
I didn't enjoy coaching. We coached that. I assistant coach. Matt was the coach. I don't enjoy coaching because I don't get to. I like watching the game versus coaching.
I did coach for a little while, starting
lead ball.
We did lead ball, and then I did some travel ball coaching when we were still doing what we call coach pitch.
Yeah,
and
hate you.
I'll say personally how I feel that 6U and 8U was some of the funnest times
we say
playing
that.
ball. I mean, everybody's hitting. Everybody's getting hit. Tons of, once you get into the 10U and up where the kids start pitching, it goes up from there. Like, it changes. And
it does.
I mean, I remember our first year playing 10U.
Seemed like it was slow mo.
It did, and we were at the ball field in Prattville, and you actually had an 8U game going on across from us, and it was so loud over there. The parents hollering and screaming.
Yeah.
And then over here on our field, the stands were quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just starting out. They're learning this pitching thing. A lot of girls are getting walked.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of hitting going on. And if anybody's ever been part of that, typically when people are hitting the ball, mamas and daddies are going crazy, and hollering, and it's
And we had some great hitting too, 8U. I mean,
of course. I mean, that's something I tried to tell my daughter when we were playing 8U and really into the 8U, getting prepared for 10U.
Mm-hmm.
I told her, I said, right now, you have a coach pitching to you. Your coach. And he wants you to hit the ball.
Yeah, so he's going to throw it where you can.
So if he can throw it right down the middle, he's going to throw it right down the middle for you to crack a good one.
Yeah.
But once they start getting into the kid pitching,
you
inside, got somebody
outside.
Yeah. Which your daughter does some pitching, so y'all know. Yeah. It's a lot of IQ, softball IQ stuff that you calling this pitch and calling that pitch, and it's all when they get to that age where they start having to hit off of a kid pitching to them.
Right.
You don't have them dinkers every time.
No.
Like that ball may be coming there. That and the way those pitchers are now, they can make that ball look a certain way, and
a lot of spin.
Oh man, it's
something else.
And to me, that's I have helped coach Addie along the way, but when we got to the 10U, I kind of that's when we came back and started playing with y'all again. We moved to a different team, and we have a great set of coaches now. And I said, you know what, I'm stepping away.
Yeah.
So the hitting is one thing I've always struggled with trying to help coach my daughter. I've YouTubed and done this and that, and so we go for help.
Yeah, we go for help. I mean, pitching, hitting, it all costs, man. We go for help, trying to, get her where she needs to be for the rest of the time.
But that's one of the many, I say sacrifices, but that's just one of the things we do for our kids. Yeah. We want them prepared as the best that they can be, and as a parent, you want to try and make it happen for them.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, as long as they continue to love it, the sport, I'll say, I'm there to support them. So, and like I said, I enjoy it. I enjoy the competitiveness of it. Kind of going back to the 8U, I mean, I don't know if you remember, but I can remember there'd be games where it was 20-18.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I mean, there's some games be 2-0.
2-0. Yeah,
I mean, there's lucky to be two run scores.
Yeah,
and it's which we're a few years into the kid pitch stuff now, so we've kind of moved away from the way things were with 8U. We're kind of more, this is kind of how it's going to be from here on out, but.
And I enjoy watching college softball. I really enjoy watching.
I do.
It's exciting to watch, and
I really enjoy. Which I haven't been to a lot of college softball games, like going to them, but I enjoy going and watching. College softball.
We need to do that.
It's a fun atmosphere. Especially if the girls have got a favorite player on that team. Here we got Alabama and Auburn. Auburn's a little bit closer for us. I am an Alabama fan.
Oh, Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, yeah.
Had to practice A-Day game today or this weekend?
Yeah, I seen that it wasn't what it used to be.
No.
I don't know, but
it could be that, last year was Saban's last time there, right? So, I mean, it could be the bigger crowd last,
Well, there's when you have somebody new come in,
they want to make changes.
There's always a chance for change, and that's just part of the change for that. I mean, I don't know what the NIL thing. I don't have a problem with the players getting paid for their image and likeness.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have a problem with that. Up to a certain amount.
Yes, I think. You have kids out there now, and the reason I brought up NIL is I think maybe that has something to do with this. Because correct me if I'm wrong, at the 8A game, it was no cost to get in. It was free to get in.
I think so.
Yeah, so.
I think so.
I mean,
but this really wasn't a game. This was practice.
But in the past,
it's been. Yeah, in the past, it was a game. Yeah.
So, part of me wonders, are the players like, hey, if we're out there playing, putting ourselves on the line, then,
I get hurt.
And that, I don't know. I don't know. But you look recently, like here the past couple of days, Tennessee's quarterback. Did you see that?
No.
He's no longer with Tennessee.
Really?
Yes. I can't pronounce the guy's name. It's got a long last name, but
I don't know. Looking it up here. See, I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, he was getting like $2 million a year in NIL money.
Really?
And supposedly they come his camp. There it is right there. Nico. I can't say the last name.
Nico, okay. All right. He's headed to the transfer portal.
Oh, yeah, he's in the transfer portal.
All right.
But apparently they come back. Now, this is what I read, and everything that you see, I don't want to be accused of spreading false info.
Yeah.
But what I read was his camp, whoever represented him, come back and said, hey, he wants $4 million a year, and he was wanting some kind of supercar. And the car itself was like over $4 million. There it is.
Oh, yeah. Social media rallied behind it.
Yeah. $4 million a year. He's already getting, what, the kid is 18, 19 years old.
Isn't that something? That's amazing.
$2 million a year.
Yeah, isn't that something, man? That's...
But wow. if anybody is a fan of Nick Saban, he has talked about this.
He has talked about it.
You know, there has to be some kind of regulation on it, because it's gotten out of hand, and I do believe. And again, I have no issue with the kids getting some money. I mean, getting paid for stuff, but it's just gotten. I mean, you have teams now, which if this would have ever happened before, you have teams now that are contacting these players, say, hey, if you enter the transfer portal, we will pay you this much money.
Yeah,
and a few years ago, that would have been, suspended from conference play. It would have. Yeah. I mean, talking some hefty fines.
Yeah, some teams have. I mean, in the past, been fined for all that stuff, and now they can do it. I mean, it's
wide open game. So I do feel like.
Yeah, I feel like that $50,000 a year, something like that, the kids can make. You know what I'm saying? Just to help them, because I know they can't work, have a job.
I mean, I think one of the things he talked about was, you know, these kids are getting a free education. They're getting a scholarship to play a sport here, to play something that they've been playing most of their life.
Yeah,
and they're offering you a free education to come to this institution and play football or whatever sport it is, because NIL is not just limited to football. I mean, there's numerous sports are you know, athletes, whatever sport they play, are getting NIL deals, but you're getting a free education. And I don't know the last time you checked, but college education is not cheap.
No.
Especially at some of these big
Tennessee. Schools. It's something else. Yeah, no, it's gonna be. So, it's gonna be. I need all the scholarship money I can get. You know what I'm saying?
Nick Saban, he was on what's the Saturday show every morning? College Game Day, and he talked about it numerous times, where there has to be some kind of maybe like a committee or somebody, something, or someone, or like a group of people that have some kind of control over that, to where because right now there's no limits. You look at some of the
sky's the limit. That's it.
Ohio State. I mean, they're basically buying all their talent.
Yeah. Who's got the most money? That's
used to the kids would go to a school because maybe it was that school, a particular school, or the coach brought them there. Now that means nothing. Who's got the most money? Who's going to offer me the most to come play for them? They could care less what school it is, who's coaching. I mean, typically you would like to surround yourself with talent, you know. I mean, to kind of help. You know, you don't want to just go. You say a quarterback, for instance. You want to make sure you've got a decent. You have a decent offensive line to protect you.
Oh yeah,
but these guys now they could care less, I think.
No, you hike the ball and it's trouble for you.
I mean, he may be getting sacked every down, but as long as he's getting paid, that's all he's really worried about. But you know, and I don't know all the ins and outs of it. And like I said, I feel like they do deserve a little something, but in the end, a lot of these guys, most of them, a lot of them have scholarships.
Yeah.
Some of them are walk-ons or whatnot, but it was something that was valued in the past. Getting an education and getting a degree in something. I mean, that I think now they're school hopping. I mean, they can if they're not happy where they're at, they're jumping in the transfer portal and on to the next place.
Well, I think there should be a limit on that too.
I do too.
It should be some kind of contract or something that says, one time only or something like that. Not you just can't hop around.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of rules that need to be in place. I understand it, and it's a racket for colleges, and it's just something needs to be done.
Yeah,
but
I mean, surely these guys, I mean, I say kids. I mean, they're still young. But they're young adults.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they know that they're, especially if they're going to like an Alabama or an Auburn or whoever, these big schools, they're going to play football, and they are, they're going to be entertaining people. People are going to pay lots of money to go see them. So part of them is like, well, these people are paying all this money to come watch us. Maybe
it's like a mini NFL.
Yeah, we deserve some of that. Well, okay, like I said, you mentioned 50,000. I mean, 50, 100,000. Okay, 2 million, millions of. I mean, these kids are making.
Well, I say that because they're not able to get a job. Some of them ain't able to get a job, as far as to do all the schoolwork and all that. So, hey, 50 grand is way more than we ever made. You know what I'm saying? Back then, we were that young.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, just throwing them out there.
I mean,
to do it, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's
just something to look at. Maybe they will. Hopefully, they will change things.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, it's it's been, I don't know, 2-3 years now, 4 years they've been doing it, and it's
about that.
It seems like it keeps going up and up. So I don't know. I mean, it's I know my daughter's dream is to be able to get a scholarship and go play softball for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
That's her dream.
Yeah.
And, I'm not going to tell her anything, make her think that anything less is possible.
Yeah, anything's possible.
But it takes a lot of,
becomes true.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work. And, the fact that she's getting a paid college tuition to go play.
Oh, yeah.
Wherever it is. As parents, I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
Because my child, probably at the time is not going to realize, that, if she don't have you don't get a scholarship. College tuition is expensive, and that's hanging over her head. Whether she's trying to go to school and play softball or whatever, and work and make money to pay for that, or us having to pay for her, whatever, So, I mean, just going back to the fact that you're getting a paid to scholarship to go to school and get an education.
Oh yeah. Anywhere it's fine with me as long as it's paid for. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna say, because
100%.
But if she can get a big school, let's roll with it. That'd be awesome. But
sky's the limit. That's what I tell her.
Yeah.
I tell her, and I said, attitude and effort. That's what their travel ball coach has told them numerous times. That is one thing that you can control is your attitude
and effort.
And your effort. And I 100% believe that. So attitude and effort goes a long way.
Goes a long way.
So,
well, I guess on that note, we'll wrap it up, and you know, we'll see them next time on Twice the Mic.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.